here's three of the Yaesus that I use quite often. You can tell that two of them are dressed up in leather cases, and one is not. These two I use just about every day, and of these two I prefer this one. This is an FT70D, this is an FT3DR, and this is an old VX6R, I think. And this one actually looks a lot smaller elevation wise because I broke the clip off of it. It was a different style. It was more of a hook than than a pinch. It didn't pinch like this one does, or this one. It just had a hook, and of course that didn't last very long. These two are C4 FM, and this one is analog only. This one has a really big, wide receive range as compared to these two. I've actually hated this radio, and I've said that before that I've hated it, and now I guess it's kind of okay. I don't know. I don't really use it very much. One, because the hook is gone, and I don't know. I primarily use Fusion through a hotspot. They usually have these guys going. And you see the cases, I want to talk about that too. I originally bought this one because I was taking it everywhere, and didn't want dust and dirt to get in it, but of course it's open on the top, so dust and dirt is going to get in there. Maybe this will keep some of the rain off. I actually had to cut the holes here so that I can plug in my speaker headset and the charging point there. Now on this side it does have, it's labeled for PTT and your squelch and your volume and your power button. It's labeled pretty good. And this side, well, it looks just like this, how it's not cut out. And I probably will be cutting this side out just because I don't want to have to take the case on and off. There's no plastic screen here, screen cover like there is down here. That's because this is a touch screen. And this, again, this has the same buttons labeled over here. And these are made by Yaesu. They're not Chinese aftermarket crap. They're, I guess, Japanese crap. I think that's where Yaesu's made, in Japan. Yaesu is a pretty good radio, I guess, but I'm not that much of a Yaesu guy. I'm more of an Icom guy. Of these two radios here, this one is probably top of the line for handhelds, pretty close to being the best on the market now. And this one is relatively inexpensive. This is about 3 times the price of this one. And I gotta say, I prefer the cheaper one. The big thing with having a radio is being able to hear it. The audio on this thing sucks. The little tiny speaker down here, it sounds tinny. It sounds like there's no mid-range or low range to it. It sounds scratchy. It's just terrible. The FT70 has a big booming bass speaker almost. It's pretty good. And the speaker on the VX6 is okay. I don't know. It's also submersible, so I think there's a rubber film or something over top of a speaker on that one. But, I don't really use it very much, like I said. Would I recommend this? No. I mean, yeah, it's got some cool features, better than this one can do. Digital sending pictures is primarily why I got it. I want to be able to take pictures and send it, but I don't carry it as much as the 70, because to take pictures you have to have the separate snapshot microphone, and I don't know why that they can't just put a camera on the back end like a cell phone and be able to take a picture. That'd be pretty cool. Maybe someday they'll make that happen. Of all three of these radios, I do prefer the 70. I'd say the 70 is probably my favorite. And if there's a way to do a Mars cap mod on it, you can do it at home. I think you can do it on all these. I don't have that done, and I'm not going to do that unless I get a duplicate radio. Then I may give it a shot. If you do it wrong, you could really screw up the radio, and I don't want to really take that chance. There's the Icom 5100 has a pretty simple Mars cap mod that I may try, but that's for a future video or some other time. Over on the Prepping Ohio Facebook group, I made it public the other day that I would help anybody that was interested in becoming a ham radio operator. And that's pretty much just providing resources or offering to set up appointments for testing and whatever their vicinity is, whatever their area is. Maybe I can contact their local radio clubs and get information, find out when they're testing, and then relay it to the people that are wanting to do that. That's something I'm really wanting to do. I would really like to be able to communicate with more radio operators in that group. If you're not a member, it's free, doesn't cost anything. If you use Facebook and if you're interested in joining the group, I think there's like 400 something people in it now. It's pretty cool. A lot of homesteading things, a lot of canning and cooking and grilling and whatever. And then of course now there's ham radio stuff. There's been ham radio stuff there every now and then. So that's an option you can check out too if you're interested. Well, that's it for this week, guys. It's kind of funny. You think making a 5 or 10 minute video and you have all week to do it. It's still not enough time with everything else going on. Well, thanks everybody for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe. It's helping the channel grow, and it's just starting to grow pretty good. So, as always, have a good one.